Hello, everyone. Welcome to Straight4U, where we're giving you straightforward dialogue with an open mind. I'm your host, Miss Black Diamond, along with my handsome co-host.
Greetings and salutations, people. It's your main man, Trouble.
Hey, so what you been up to, Trouble?
So we ain't even finna do that.
Oh, we ain't gonna do it?
No. So again, congratulations. This is your first show. Like you gotta let the people know what's going on.
Yeah,
Like you trying to be all modest and stuff.
You know.
Y'all. First podcast, you know what I'm saying? Like first show, you know. So yeah, go ahead, take a bow.
You know, bow, chicken bow.
So, you know, there you go. Hand claps and all that good. Yeah. So look, so you know, as a person who's done podcasts and so on and so forth, like congratulations, you official now. So like, look, we finna have some fun. Like you in this thing. Congratulations.
I'm a beginner with a veteran.
Nah, I love it. Yeah,
I'm just saying, I had to learn from you.
We
you know,
equals,
so
we equals here.
At the end of the day, I appreciate you as a person that's, again, he is not a beginner to this. He's been doing this for quite some time, meaning some years. So I really appreciate you being on board on my platform, you know. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Truly.
Yeah, so I'm excited for you. I'm excited about your growth. And last but not least, shouts out to Miss Stacy in the audience and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah, shouts out to Miss
the Wonder Twin. You know, we don't have too many people in here, and we never will. But at the end of the day, I appreciate the guests that want to be in the audience. You know,
right.
So
we got the best one today. Come on
yes, and we're gonna talk about her later. But right now, we're gonna jump into this Straight4U topic.
What you
now,
got?
you know, I got my little notes and everything because you know I got to be professional.
When I tell y'all, she didn't come to play. She came prepared. She came prepared and ready. Like she was not. She ain't been playing no games.
Trust, you see it. You and my Tony Baker. You see it. You see it. Don't play.
She came with the wingtips and the look. She came out to play. Look.
With the lashes.
Ooh.
Don't play.
Oh boy.
Don't play, and I'm gonna talk about this style later too.
Because you need to go ahead and talk about that.
Because it's in the. I got it in order. We're gonna talk about it though.
The hair looks great.
Thank you. Great. You know, because you know this beard though. We need to start. Let's focus. Let's focus.
What you got?
So the topic, Straight4U topic for today, is actually a two-part. This is the first part. So today's topic is the lack of black male support toward their significant other or partner.
So you just gonna hit us. So you just gonna hit us in the stomach like that on the first show.
Hey, we gotta come hard. You know, let the people know like we're not playing these games. We want to talk and have conversation. And by the way, speaking of conversation, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you'll know when the next shows are, or you know, keep up with us. And feel free to like and leave some comments because we truly want to know how you feel about the show and let us chime in and possibly talk about some things you want to talk about. So make sure you hit that.
Come on now.
So back on this topic of the lack of black male support toward their significant other or partner. So, sir, seeing that you are a black male and I'm a black female, how do you feel about this particular topic that I laid on the line?
This is a tough one. Like this is a tough one, and the reason why I say it's a tough one is because there are so many variables on each side that we could say that the other individual is not doing. You know what I'm saying? So like, but due to the fact that we're talking about men, I think it's gonna be tough. This is
it's
very,
definitely hard pill to swallow because majority of us black females, not saying I'm included, but some aspects I am, like the support is from the support aspect because you do have the part that's the meaning of little to absence of genuine love, protection, mental or spiritual support, or just helping financially at support because a lot of today's males are wanting to just sit back and let your woman do all the work.
You think so?
It's the numbers have increased. I'm not saying that it's abundance, but the number has increased where there are people that rather see their woman go out there and be the go-getter and just want to sit and just, you know, chill.
That must be like this new.
And that's why I said it's a new thing, you know, because back in the day, it was considered that the male was the provider. He did he do everything for the household, while the woman stays behind and take care of the family needs for the house. But you know, due to times and things of cultural and economic changes, the woman had to go out and start working because the man had to go to war and fight for the country and do all these other things. So, and there's also a portion where I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it, where the slavery times and back in the day of racism, they created a systematic portion where the black woman don't need the black man. You know, you can just do it on your own, you know. So, but at the end of the day, we're going back to what we were saying. For you as a black man, do you feel that your fellow black men don't give enough support to their black women?
So I've seen both sides of the spectrum. And so in that particular sense, but talking about the side of the spectrum to where they're not like doing the things that they should do as a man, or like I said, I've seen a lot of both. But in that particular case, there are a lot of men that are not being responsible and are just out here, you know, just being rather reckless. And I think that also has to do with how they were possibly raised, you know, whether they had a father in the house to kind of show the example, and that within itself is already like an issue. You possibly might have had a father who was traumatized or whatever. So like, how was he supposed to be able to be there? You know, whenever he still wasn't even able to heal from his own traumas, then let alone, you know, try to be there for another life, you know, and try to be responsible for another life.
Kind of funny how you said as far as like the traumas, the black trauma, you know, because there are situations where that several households don't have both parents.
Right.
But you also have the scenarios where that single parent holds everything down and the child still is successful in life.
Yeah.
And then you have the other parent that goes through the same thing, but that child breaks down in life.
Yeah.
So to me, as you get older and go through certain things and experience certain things, it's all about choices.
I agree.
Either you're going to go left, right, or straight to the path where you need to be. But it's all about choices. I think we kind of use the handicap, well, you know, I was only in a single household and, oh man, I just, you know, I didn't receive that type of love that everybody received. But you got some people that, despite their traumas and they lack of, they still succeed. So what makes them different?
So, I'm really not 100% sure, like, what actually tips the scale.
Yeah.
I just think that, you know, some people just, they don't, I guess, probably because they don't feel like they have the resources at hand. They just kind of like, well, because I don't have the resources, no one helped me, like, so how can I help? Like, you know, they don't know that, you know, sometimes you have to help yourself in order for others to help you, you know what I'm saying? And not even so much that, just how communication, like the communication barriers, like, are, like, you know, and so on and so forth. Because, like, I hear the argument all the time that men and women are different, like that we're different, which
we are, you know, to a certain degree.
But I think, like, at the very true core of us as people as humans, not even necessarily just man or woman, you know what I'm saying? I think that we all kind of have the same similar thing that we all want. We all want to be loved, and we all want to, like, make sure that our people are taken care of. I think at the very core of what's going on, and I think that gets lost in translation sometimes.
But it's kind of funny when you say that's the very core and everybody is seeking the same thing. So if we're seeking the same thing, why aren't we reacting to what we feel? If you feel the way I feel, so why are we having a in-between moment that we can't even communicate? Because I have encountered, like, women saying they want this, that, and the other. And not getting this, that, and the other. And I say, okay, did you communicate that? Well, you know, and then I hear a guy version saying the same thing, slightly different, but still the same thing. So I'm like, so what is the main issue to why y'all can't come together?
So I'll say this. One of the other things that I think is, as men, or I'll use myself for an example. Mm-hmm. Growing up, I was told hey, you not supposed to let people see you sweat. Okay. I was taught that a lot. Because certain things would go on from whether I was getting picked on in school or just anything that would upset me, and my mom would be like, hey, you got to stop showing so emotion. And even my dad would be like, hey, you got to stop showing so much emotion. Mm-hmm. And don't let people see that stuff bothers you. Mm. So, you kind of from a child, you kind of conditioned, you've been conditioned to be something and that follows you.
But that seems to go strong in our Black community. Because me being in the medical field I'm in, I got to see all types of cultures. Mm-hmm. They don't teach their men that. Right. They are able to express their emotions the way they need to express it, long as it's within standards. Mm-hmm. We are the ones that are taught to hide our emotions.
Hide and repress.
And that's unhealthy. Because then when you finally get with somebody that is, not saying everybody's perfect, but when you get somebody that is of a stable mind, you done held in all these emotions and things throughout the years, you tend to kind of put all that heavy weight on the person that actually got your back. Yeah. And that's not fair, and that can go on both ends, because again, why does our culture have to be taught to, especially men, to hide your emotions? And when you finally get somebody that is willing to be there, you so used to hiding. I'm like, okay. So pretty much you was programmed throughout your years.
I don't even want to say programmed. It feels kind of harsh, but
let's be real. It's called Straight4U.
Yeah, it's appropriate.
Because children are sponges from the day they're born to a certain age, which is 5, and then they start really putting out their type of personalities. But in terms, they still took on yours or whoever was around them. Yeah. So if I'm telling you at a young age, hide your feelings, don't cry so much, don't do this, don't do that, because as a young man, they're going to look down on you, they're going to pick at you, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. It seems like more harm than anything. Now I'm not trying to say make our young men soft, but at least be able to communicate their actual feelings without being shunned about it.
Well, so I think in a realm of understanding that I've developed, we as black people already kind of know, I feel like we kind of come into the knowledge that the system wasn't made for us, it wasn't designed for us.
It wasn't.
So I think for what a lot of what is going on is we haven't had a chance to be proactive. We're rather reactive, if that makes any sense. We're more so reactive, playing defense versus being able to be on the offensive due to the fact of we're black, and
But we also are human at the end
This is true. This is true.
And I was having a conversation, why does my color concern you that bad that you got to treat me a certain way, that even though I can help you? Because at the end of the day, if you need, say for instance, a kidney or liver or something of me, are you going to ask, hey, what race did that come from?
I would hope not.
Or who blood is that?
Right.
When you need a blood transfusion, who blood is that? Is that black, white, Asian? Because that sounds stupid.
Right.
So if we all are of the same but different colors, why should you treat me bad because I'm this color? But that's needless. That's a whole nother topic. But at the end of the day, I hear what you're saying. As a black man, due to the fact of certain circumstances, you have to kind of walk a different way.
Yeah. One of the other things that that was kind of drilled into me was that, because the color of my skin, I have to I have to work a little bit harder just to be on the same playing field as someone who is not. You know,
Yeah.
I have to be extraordinary, basically. You know, versus someone who's just ordinary, because of who I am and so on and so forth. But even in that's also kind of rather problematic, because the moment you get into positions and you're doing the extraordinary or whatever, they're threatened by that.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, they're threatened by that. I had like last year I had a situation. I was being promoted, to a project administrative assistant, and got in there and was like, learning everything. Like for 3 months, I was in there just learning everything from reading to like asking questions, like learning like all the different parts and stuff like that. And they realized how quick I was catching on, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, hey, we don't need you anymore. And I'm like, wait, what? And then they brought a woman in. Like a couple of months later.
So do you feel that is some of the reasons why that the everyday struggles on the outside affects the inside when you with your significant other or partner or whatever, going towards the topic of the black man not supporting their significant other or being there love wise, spiritual wise, financial wise, and of that nature?
Look, everything is connected. I'm just asking
questions.
And I get it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think that everything is connected. Everything affects everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you take, for instance, something away from, we'll do it like this. Certain insects, they are more attracted to certain people due to what chemicals they might be putting out from your pheromones, based on what you eat, based on the vitamins that you take. So you take one of those away, you might not attract those certain amount of bugs. You might attract a different kind of bug that likes that particular like pheromone or something of the sort. So I say that to say that everything is connected. So I think that like from a man feeling like could possibly be feeling like the world is against him it will affect how he interacts with the world, and not even so much the world, but a person that he is supposed to be with, someone he's supposed to be sharing his life with.
But that like several writers and authors and people throughout time that had like influential influences on us have stated like, okay, like I forgot her name, but she stated, if you can fake it out there, why can't you pretty much fake it in here? So if you showing these people respect and love and understanding and help financially, why is it hard for the person that's right there next to you in the front with you, grinding with you, get the most from you? Hate, I should say.
So, and not even saying that it's fair, but like, I think because whenever you out in the world, it's your best foot forward. It's your best foot forward versus the person that versus being with your significant other. They know all the dirt. Like you're exposed around them, and being exposed and being vulnerable around some people, like around a person or whatever, that's not always the most comfortable thing. And I'm not even saying that in the headspace to make it an excuse.
But it's true.
But
you bring your perspective
right.
of it. But if you so vulnerable with this particular person, you should know that person got your back, because they know the good and the bad and the ugly. The good, bad, and ugly.
This is
so
true.
Why again are they getting the brunt of what your outside is doing to you? Versus if you receiving love, like, hey, how was your day, and this, that, and the other, and you knew from the honeymoon phase, you knew what they liked and they loved language in the beginning because you was trying to attract them, and now that you got them, it's switched. So why is the switch? Because at the end of the day, they're still there.
Right.
At the end of the day, they still care. At the end of the day, they still love, they still provide, they still rub your back if need be, whatever makes you happy as a black man. But when the roles of asking, can you do that for me? What you mean? We as a black female, and I've experienced that, not saying it's all a constant thing, like we always say, well, you the nurturer. Well, we need to be nurtured too. We just like we pour and pour and pour into you as the black man, we need that too.
Right.
You know, because how you think we getting this? We have to, and this is where some of the frustration and irritation kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the labels of like, oh, she's an angry black female comes in. You don't hear no, oh, that's an angry Asian woman or a angry white woman or a Hispanic woman. You don't hear that. You hear mostly the angry black female. But why are we so angry? That's the question. Why are we so angry? We're not receiving what we give out from the people we love the most. And that's the black man. I'm not saying all black men are like this. That's not what I'm saying. But majority are like this, and we see it on social media. We see it in everyday life.
Movies, shows, TV shows, all of that.
Down to you can't even walk the street and tell a black man, because I'm just keeping it on the black perspective because that's what I am. You can't even walk the street without saying, like, a black man say something to you and you just politely turn him down. Oh, who this bitch thinks she is? You know, you this, but you acknowledge me. You must like me to say something to me. But when I kind of just turned you down, all of a sudden I'm the person that's
bad guy.
Yeah. So why is that?
I think in the state in the headspace of also not knowing, not being taught proper. I don't want to say the proper way because I don't think that actually is a proper way, but some of the proper ways to communicate.
Yeah.
I think us as people, we struggle with not wanting to be embarrassed because we know that that's a really big thing of like being embarrassed, like getting embarrassed, and not even so much that whenever your ego is present and stuff like that, it's like.
But don't that kind of fall out what you said earlier about when you're a child and being taught as a young man, well, a young boy to be a man and this, that, and the other. Don't do this, do that, do that. But again, that falls back on what I'm saying. You were programmed. Because we all were programmed to a certain extent. We don't know who started the program, but we are programmed. And I feel like the only way you can get out of that because I'm a spiritual person, I'm not a religious person, because there's a difference. I'm more so of what I see, what I love, and what I hear and understand, because I know there is something higher than me. Religion starts when you say you. In my mind, this is my personal perspective. When you say you're a religious person, religion starts wars. Religion starts, it can be a love thing, then it turns into something else. But that's another topic, that's another situation. But at the end of the day, I feel like throughout time, we were programmed for certain things. And until you realize it, wake up one day and be like, you know what? I'm doing the same things my family members did or my ancestors did. Why can't I break the chain? If I'm seeing I'm hurting this person, and I seen it on my mama's side, my grandparents' side, and great grandparents, why am I doing the same thing I seen others do previously before me?
Goodness, that's a mixed bag. I want to say I feel like certain people have a tendency to feel trapped. You know what I'm saying? But just as well, like the opposite side of that same coin also dictates that that you can get yourself out of that you can get yourself out of any situation, or like that you are the you're the author of your own fate, so to speak. So like I said, it's a mixed bag because like I feel like I can kind of understand a little bit of both, how you can be in that place to where you feel like you're stuck and you don't know what to do, or like you don't know who's going to be willing to help. It's a lot. It's a lot of variables.
As a black female, do you feel like due to us being so nurturing and understanding and forgiving, do you feel like that kind of hindered or babied or made you feel like as a black man that kind of created the problem? Because we're so like forgiving that, say for instance, you talk bad about me. And I'm your partner. But because I love you and understand that you having struggles and pain outside of this household, I forgive what you said. I'm hurt. I may go lash back at you, but at the end of the day, I forgive you. Do you think that forgiveness is causing a problem, that there is no consequences to your actions within the relationship?
So I think there's a certain approach. I feel like that I want to say that I feel like that there's a certain approach whenever it comes to forgiving someone, because if a person keeps doing it, then obviously like they're not really sorry. Yeah. And certain stuff after a while, it's not on that person anymore. It's on you as the individual. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's a situation that you know is not working and you still trying to make it work, like, or whatever, it's not on that individual now.
Well, what if that individual, I'm playing devil's advocate, those in there that, well, I never experienced that. I never loved, so therefore, how can I love you and this, that, and the other? But you are loving. You grown. You seen love. You experienced love in some type of fashion, whether it not be from your so-called partner or significant other, but you received it from somebody in your family. So you got some examples of love somewhere. And you have those rare occasions where you have, and I've seen it, where a child has love nowhere. And that's when things turn into something else. But that's like rare. Those the serial killer rares. You know what I'm saying? But you get it. But how can you say that you don't understand love when you've been loved, you've been nurtured, you got so far that you know, if you can call someone and they're there, that's love and understanding. But before you get into that, got to take a moment because we are on the time thing. So I have this thing called the Straight4U outside perspective.
Okay, let's hear it.
So the Straight4U outside asked one female and one male their perspective on today's topic. Okay. Featured topic.
Oh, okay.
So right now I'm gonna go to the female.
Yeah, she over here looking like Jeopardy with these cards.
You know, we got to keep it because I can't remember everything. I'm gonna keep it real. Straight4U, I can't remember everything.
And so you get men problems for 500.
Yeah, men problems for 500. So the Straight4U female wants to be anonymous. Okay. Which is fine because I'm just gonna select random people for this. So they stated there's a lack of maturity. Basically, they're not communicating properly and lack of engagement in situations. Meaning, if it doesn't affect them directly, then they really don't feel a need to create a solution. So that's what our female anonymous perspective says, you know, due to the fact of, you know, the maturity and the lack of communication. They feel like if it doesn't affect them, why should they even care? They don't even want to create a solution to the problem. They just want to just brush it to the side or just don't even pay it no attention. So that's how this female feels. Again, I'm getting outside sources. So what you feel on it? That statement. That's tough. Yeah, that statement. That's tough. But if that's an outside source feeling this way, I'm for sure there's a number of people that feel the same way as females.
I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of women that feel the exact same way.
Yeah, because our basic things are communication, and you hear from the guys too. You know, communicate. So if everybody's saying communicate, why are we not communicating?
So I think that people are not accustomed to being uncomfortable. So and whenever I say that, I mean in a particular sense because like everything is vulnerable. Right. They don't want to be vulnerable because everything is kind of conditioned for positivity. You know what I'm saying? Or it's supposed to be for whenever as a child, whenever you did something good, you got rewarded versus when you did something bad, you got you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So and even in that particular case, like what's the word I want to say? We normalize. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it together. But yes, it's supposed to be like good, and the majority of the time when we hear no, it's like it's kind of designed as like bad. It's kind of like designed as like taboo to hear like no and stuff like that. Anything's like that we deem negative, and so as parents and so on and so forth, like trying to raise their child, we try to encourage the good things and so on and so forth. So because we always looking at the good things or trying to like promote the good things or whatever, people don't necessarily know how to deal in the bad. Yes. People don't know how to be comfortable in the bad, or in the bad, which could be the uncomfortable and so on and so forth. Because like
I say more uncomfortable,
right? Because
it is a feeling,
right? Because that's not our primary. That's that's not our primary. So like here you are. You have this man who is already being conditioned and or programmed to be, hey, you can't always show emotion. You can't always show emotion. So I feel like sometimes we also associate with showing emotion with words, and also weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like that too. But like, so if we can't show emotion, that I feel like we kind of also take that as in we can't talk, because if we're talking about it, we're still showing emotion about it.
Oh, and it reflects back when you were young.
Right,
all this conditioning.
Right, yeah, right.
Like, don't do this, don't do that. A man must stand strong. And as a man, you should stand strong, because y'all are strength. Right. And for us, and so.
And even being in the cases to where, like, whenever, trying to respond to something of the sort, your parent, like, you might have had a parent that was like, I don't want to hear it. Like, that's just, this is what it is. I don't like what you have to say. It doesn't matter. So when you get in a position to where like that's something that you kind of become used to where anytime that you try to talk back and you get cut off.
Yeah,
like,
females go through it too. Because at the end of the day, I feel like again, I'm giving a black perspective. Again, I encountered all cultures. Right. But from my perspective, that is something. A child should be seen, not heard.
Absolutely.
A child should know their place in life, which they should. But why do we not let them communicate their feelings? Because if then that creates a situation where they can't even come to us. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that's another topic for another. It seems like we come up with topics
it also relates though. It's connected.
But I get it, as a black man, it's a lot on your shoulders. But for today's society, it seems like your weight is hard and heavy. But now we got double your weight as a female.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's not an equal standard anymore. It's like we have to carry your weight, our weight. Matter of fact, a triple weight, the kids' weight. Hell, some more weight of the family, and some weight on the outside.
Yeah.
Because this is why we turn into something else. And when we come to you as a black man, we like, hey, I just need some relief.
Right.
I just need some understanding, whether it's the smallest thing. I just need that. And then when we don't get it, it's like, excuse me, like, what the fuck do you mean? What you need this? You got this? You got that? You're not listening. This is where the communication falls. You're not listening. I'm not asking you to do more than what you can. Just do the little bit of appreciation for what we're holding. Because you got some stuff. Trust and believe. You got some stuff. But as a black female, we carry a whole lot of weight nowadays.
I agree.
Compared to back then.
I agree.
And you expect us to still have a smile on our face. And that's not fair. But we're going to pinpoint this right now. Because guess what?
What's up?
We got to give a Straight4U sponsored highlight.
Oh, okay. Well, you do your business. I'm going to continue to sip my drink.
Yeah, so
don't worry about what's in here.
I like this.
It's sensational and fantastic, though. But go ahead. You got this.
Welcome back to Straight4U, where we're giving you straightforward dialogue with an open mind. This is a continuation of what we was talking about earlier. And then,
give them the topic.
Yes, the topic. Let me go back to my notes because I should have had it out in the beginning. Is the lack of black male support towards their significant other / partner. In the meaning, they feel little to absence of genuine love, protection, mental or spiritual support, and helping with financial support when needed. So we just going back to that conversation, and last we talked about was our female perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna reach the male perspective.
You gotta. Okay, you gotta.
Because I give you one, and I gotta give you the other.
Okay, well, let's see what this gentleman has to say.
So this Straight4U male is he don't mind. He gave me his name is Andre Dorsey.
Oh, that's a homie. Okay, Shout out to Dre. Okay.
So he stated that it needs to be established in the beginning of life, because if they never experienced it, it can never happen. And that's what he said. He said, "You want me to read it again, or are you good?"
Go ahead, read. Yeah.
Okay, for the viewers, again, Mr. Andre Dorsey stated, and this is a male perspective. No opinion is worth not talking about. So he stated that it needs to be established in the beginning of life, because if they never experienced it, it can never happen. Meaning, pretty much, if they never experienced, I guess what we were talking about earlier, love and affection and certain things of value, how can they give it to the person?
Oh, okay. So, I if I'm understanding his statement right, I'm gonna say I don't agree with that.
Hey, we on Straight4U. We come what?
Right.
What we come?
Yeah, we come.
Straight4U.
Straight4U. So I don't agree with that, and
okay,
the reason why I say I don't agree with that, because like every day, every day, you are learning something new.
Facts.
You're learning something new. So just that simple premise there. Like when people decide to go to school, whenever you start a new job, you learning like you learning these things. So if love was not something that you were ever given, and you experience love, you can learn it. You can duplicate that. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I feel like it's just like anything else. If you really want to know about it bad enough, you'll put in the work to learn about it. You'll put in the work.
Yes.
Like you will put in the work. You would do the research. You would do the groundwork. You do the legwork in order to for you to say that you're a master, or at least proficient at this particular thing that you're working toward. Mm-hmm. So I don't agree with that. It's a good statement.
Okay, what if I play the devil's advocate on the statement of what he said? We got to do that at the end of the day. What if they never, like he stated, had it, like for some particular special magical thing in life? Who knows that every day of their life was some type of hardship. They never got to get. They didn't get it from their main source, which is their family. Mm-hmm. They tried to create friends and got backstabbed several times over, and it's just like a continuous roller coaster of, excuse my language, shit. Because this is an adult show. No children should be watching this at the end of the day. But I don't control your household.
What's your favorite word?
Bitch. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, so people be aware this is adult content. Okay? Adult content. So you're going to hear some things that, did she say a curse word? Yes. And I still love you. But anyway. Call you a bitch instead. Bitch. Yeah.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Bitch.
Oh, okay. Wait, you say what?
Bitch.
Oh, okay. I heard you this time.
I still love you.
Oh, okay. I heard you.
But yes, back to what I was saying. What if they just had that hard life? Because you have heard stories. Mm-hmm. Bread stories are lifetime y'all better give me some credit saying your name Lifetime. Movies and stuff. I'm just saying. Showing scenarios, so dang, they life was just that hard. I mean, like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, what about those people?
You know, that I don't think that would. I don't even think that that's a situation that I can speak on because I don't.
Because you came from love.
Right. Because I came from
we
a
gotta
different.
think outside the box.
Right. So, and in this particular case, like, if you're referring to Dre's statement in that sense, then I could probably understand. I think I could have a little bit more understanding as to like if you really had never experienced it on that kind of like level or whatever, like how would you ever be able to be able to give it because you've been traumatized and hurt so much, like
because you got to think about some people that you have encountered that come from some like shaky grounds environments, and they just like hard. But somewhere along the life, they encounter somebody that gives them nurturing love, and they don't know what to do with it. So they might talk to their friends, but their friends hard too. But it's just like you finally getting watered. You been in the desert, you dry, and you finally getting watered. This is water. You get that feeling like this is what water feel, but I don't want to be salt because I've been dry so long, you know. So
I think so. To that point, I think if your primary, going back to what I said earlier, if your primary has been nothing but trauma, then if that's all that you know, then like good things could be uncomfortable. If we're talking about it in that particular sense of like how I said usually in most senses like everyone's conditioned like for the positive things or whatever, but if you've been conditioned for all negativity, good things can be uncomfortable. I want to say I feel like good things could be uncomfortable because I mean it's just like our bodies remember like trauma. Like even you can go to a chiropractor, you know what I'm saying, you can go to a chiropractor and get an adjustment and your body will slowly but surely return back to that uncomfortable state because that's what it's known its entire life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So in this particular case, like I could see that for a person to be like, I ain't never experienced this, I don't know what to do with this. But just as well, like I would also say that I feel like that would be where the communication would come in at. But if a person don't know how to do that either, like how do you work with that? Yeah. So I get what you're saying in the sense of the devil's advocate part, like.
But as a female, you know. And not even as a female, I'm just going to say as an individual. Because if you see this ahead of time, you seen it but still chose to be in it, don't complain about it. Because you chose to stay. That's a choice.
So I agree with that, but I also want to ask this question, though. I want to ask this. So, like, I guess for certain people, like, but like, how do you help that person and they not get? And
that's the problem with the nurturer of the relationship. You so embedded in trying to help them, you get lost from yourself. You know, because that's how much you love. You know the meaning of love. You feel the love. They don't.
Right.
So you trying to teach.
Right.
To the point that you can't. You about to turn like them.
Yeah, you like going back to what you said earlier. You carrying all that weight. Yeah,
it's like a heavy weight, and society has gotten used to us just being heavy nurturers. Sometimes we want to say fuck it. We want to be like y'all. We want to walk the world and be like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I want to do, say what I want to say, and keep it pushing. But in the case of the caring ones. I'm talking about females. And in the case of the caring ones, we're not built like that. But you do got some females that's raw and be like, you know what? I don't need you and all this. And, you know, the hardcore ones that, you know, okay, they've been burned so much. Fuck your weight. You gonna carry my weight. You know, if you can't carry my weight, what you gonna do? Keep it pushing. But that's the other episode. I don't want to get too deep into it right now, cause what we are on the males. You know.
Okay, so So what you got? So like what else? Like what else? Because like you've been playing devil's advocate over here, and
well, that's what we doing. That's the whole purpose of Straight4U, because
Absolutely.
we want to give a well-rounded conversation as much as possible. You know, we're not saying that we're counselors. We're not trying to motivate anybody to do something that they don't want to do. That's not the purpose. We just giving our perspective on different scenarios and situations. So don't come at us talking about who they think they is. We are Trouble, and we are Miss Black Diamond. At the end of the day, what you may feel about how I'm speaking on it, you don't have to agree, and that's fine. And I want you to chime on it where in the comments. Why? Because I want you to hit the subscription button. Why? Hit the notification button. Keep up with us. Check us if you need to. And so we can.
I don't know about all that. I'm sensitive about my shit. So like, you know, like.
Well, Erica Badu, shout out. You know.
Erica Badu. Erica Badu.
Yeah.
So don't. Basically, yeah.
But at the end of the day, we live in a society that has to say their opinion. So
this is
at the end of the day, we have our own opinion. Everybody should be entitled to express how they feel in a manner that is not destructive. Now, if it comes in a destructive way, you're gonna get that action. I'm just saying.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna read the comments. I'm just gonna ignore y'all. So like,
I'm gonna read them because I'm a positive person. You know, whether you come in the manner that you feel you need to come, if it's negative to me, I'm gonna try to counteract that as much as possible. Because at the end of the day, I'm human.
And what's funny is somebody probably gonna point that out and be like, oh, he talking about he ignoring. He's still doing the same stuff that he was doing as a child. Like, don't do that.
Oh, they gotta come at you.
Right. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover my own bases and put it out there myself. So I beat you to it. Gotcha.
You pulled the Eminem on them. Yeah. Shout out to them.
Gotcha.
Shout out to them. You know, at the end of the day, I want us to, if you say you about that communication, be about the communication. If you don't know how to communicate, there's all types of avenues to teach you, whether it be social, I ain't gonna say social media, but reading, you know, getting some counseling, meditating, different things, you know, to try to better yourself, enlighten yourself, things of that nature. Because we do have those friends that we can talk to that actually give some great advice.
Man, look. So let me say this. I in that particular space of like, because you know I am a black man and so on and so forth. You know, I certain things certain things growing up or whatever, depending on like the kind of company you keep, or like how like you may have.
Me and you in the same way. Go ahead, because me and you in the same way. Now,
certain things growing up like that I would be interested in was not the norm. You know what I'm saying? They would be like, oh, black people don't do that. Black people don't, black people don't do this. Yeah. Black people don't do that. So like, how am I gonna like not only learn about myself and learn how to navigate and like exist in this world if I don't like expand and if I don't branch out? How am I gonna like learn how to express myself or learn what speaks to me and navigate my way if I'm only doing things that black people do? That
part, and also too, how you gonna get away from your enablers? Because if you want something different in your life,
hold up, say that part one more time.
How you gonna get rid of the enablers? The ones that don't want to grow in life, the ones that, hey, why you doing that? We good, son. We straight around these parts. So why you even trying? And then when you do something, oh. You did that?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't include nobody? Mm-hmm. So, but the ones that are feeding the negativity within you, as my female wonder twins say, the darkness. They are feeding that. What about and you shunning the person that's feeding the light?
They exist in exist in the abyss.
You have more fun with the dark, but shun the light that actually have your best interests at heart. Like, want your success, want you to shine, want you to leave some type of legacy behind that people know who you are as a black man. So,
and that's the thing. I was watching something on YouTube, and it was Chad Ochocinco, who used to play former professional football player, and he was talking about it was a group of men, and they were sitting down talking, and they were They were having a discussion. Oh, okay. Shouts out to Mama Berman. Say,
Okay.
yeah, because she know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, they were having some like real heavy dialogue, and one of the guys was like, he kind of broke down, and he was like really wanted to cry, and the men were like, yo, like this is a safe space. Like this is a safe space for that.
That's
we as men, I feel like we need to do better about creating that kind of environment, because like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like it's nice to talk to, you know, I'm comfortable talking to women about certain things or whatever, but sometimes I need another man's perspective, and in a lot of cases I don't get it, and it's not even necessarily that I don't get it, it's that I think in the particular cases, like a lot of men, we're so accustomed to being in fix mode, not listen mode. We're like, anytime that there's a problem, because like some of us who still carry that mentality as the provider, you know what I'm saying? We go straight into fix it mode, and sometimes not everything needs to be fixed. Sometimes things just, you know, sometimes you just need to listen, and like, because even I get into that mode sometimes. Whenever, like, you know, when moms are coming, sometimes she might just want to vent, and I go straight into fixing mode, because I'm like, oh shit, mom's in duress. Like I gotta go save mom, so I gotta go do something.
Yeah.
And sometimes she'd just be like, no, baby, I'm okay. She'd be like, I just needed to talk, but I'm not in a place to where, like, if mom is upset or if mom's is crying or she is upset, I can't deal with that. Like that hurts my heart. So like,
but you're a person of love,
right? You know what I'm saying? So like, and I want to be in a place to where, like, I be like, I don't, you know, because I don't like that. Like, I want to try to take that away. And sometimes my mom's just like, I don't even like, I don't need it.
Because that's a lesson. Because you can't stop a person from their lesson.
Right.
They still have to experience certain things in life, just like you have to experience certain things in life. But going back to what you were saying within that, I think it's a grand idea for more of the black men to get together collectively and have actual discussions of emotions. Not saying that y'all have to be soft on each other like that. That's not what I'm saying. Just have some good conversation on trying to build your spirit up as a black man, because it's a lot of heavy things on your back. Trust and believe, we see it, we know it, we understand it. Majority, I ain't gonna say all, majority of us females, black females, see it, understand it, and want to help you with it, but we know we can't always do it for you. And I think that's the problem. We want to do it for you a lot, but that's going on to the next, about what I'm going to talk about, the second part, which is a flip of what we just talked about, and it's going to be the lack of black female support. So that's on the next episode. Make sure y'all tune in.
I don't know if I want to chime in on that one.
You have to. You know, you are the black man on this show. You're welcome. Yes, you are the black man on this show. So
take a couple deep breaths,
you better, because at the end of the day,
that's a tough one.
What we coming? Straight for you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what we're gonna do, and hopefully throughout time we'll get better as far as different conversations, different topics. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell and like and comment, like he stated, because we need that in order to make this a better podcast. So we getting kind of close to that time. How do you feel about what we talked about thus far?
So, man, this thing is like an onion. This kind of topic is like an onion. There's so many layers. Oh, it's like a complicated math problem. Got all these different variables and so on and so forth.
You see it and you want to walk away because you see too much going on.
Because look, I've gotten into a headspace to where I'm like, damn, like us as men, like we need to do better. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pay attention and see all these things out there that, you know, that we could do better to not even just make a better community, but like make it better for our women as well. Yes. And I think even with making it better for our women, we also benefit from that as well.
You do.
So you know what I'm saying? So but
because it's a give and take with the proper one. It's a give and take on both ends. You hear me? Both ends, not one side. Both ends. If I'm giving to you and I take something from you, I don't get it twisted that they can't do the same thing. And that's the problem.
So, let me phrase this like this. I know, like, in a lot of cases, people always just be like, men, we got to do better. I want to say, men, we can do better.
Come on.
I think that's more. I think that's a bit more comfortable to say it that way. Men, we can always do better.
Change our lingo.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes, because I have to catch myself sometimes when I say I don't have time for anything. And in reality, I have time for anything I want to do. What I won't do is make time for certain things. I'm not going to make time for the negative stuff. If I feel like it's not beneficial, I'm trying not to make time for it because it's not benefiting my spirituality, my mental, my health, none of that. So at the end of the day, I'd rather say I don't have time. No, I'm not gonna make time. How about that?
She been cracking the whip. Like, I'm just. If you knew, you knew. Like, you know what I'm saying? You basically, long story short, you had to be there. You just had to be there.
But this is a journey that has opened my eyes to different things, because it took me to grow this far. Like, I'm not the best person in the world. I don't have that title. I have made mistakes, plenty of mistakes throughout my years within my family, for myself personally. But the thing is to grow as you grow and push forward from that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you can only be you. You came in this world alone, and you will die alone. Now, how you leave this world, that's the impact of it all. Either you're going to be that, oh, fuck that bitch, who? Or you're going to be like, that, oh, I really cared about her. She really left, or he really left a real impact on my life and made me smile and made me do. I'd rather be that person than the person like, I'm glad they gone.
I think you're a shoe-in. I think you already a shoe-in to be that person already as is.
So pushing forward, I think we had a good conversation this evening, today, or whenever you are watching this at this moment in time. But I also have another piece to the Straight4U, which is the Straight4U acknowledgements. So back to what you were saying earlier about this lovely style.
You come on now. Serve it to him.
Tony Baker.
You might need to take the headphones off for a quick second to give them their work. Oh, look at.
Bow, you crispy. See it. Bow, crispy. You see it.
Yeah, look at them edges, y'all. You see? Come on now.
I stayed with the edge, son. But anyway, who did my hair? Her name is Cindy Page.
Come on. Okay.
Yes. She's the owner of the Twisted Lock Bar. She's the one that styled my hair again. And you can go to her website, which is thetwistedlockbar.com. And you can see more of her styles and what she sells and things of that nature. So shout out to Cindy for doing this wonderful style. And she is my stylist. So what you see, if it ain't me, it's her. And if it ain't her, it's going to be a rare occasion. Just being real. And then we got our sponsor.
Oh, well, come on through. Who is it? I bet you I know who it is.
It's the infamous Stacey Cannon. Yes. She's the owner of Rising Wealth Productions, LLC.
Come on now.
She is the first, you hear me? The first female publishing house.
Say that one more time.
The first, you hear me?
You got to spit on the mic a little bit when you say first.
First female black owned, you hear me? Publishing house. At the end of the day, we need that. We need our recognition.
Come on, man. So that's Mama Bear. That's our hearts right there.
Hey, you already know it. And she is the sponsor. She's the video you seen in between our little conversation. Yes.
Come on now.
And so you can go to her website. It's Risen Rough. That's RISEN rough.com. And also too, guess what? She has her book out, the soon-to-be bestseller, Cloaked, Power of the Hidden. Do not play with it. You better read it.
One more time. Give them that one more time.
Cloaked, Power of the Hidden. And you're gonna be seeing some things from that. So don't downplay. Don't you do it.
Don't hate on it. Pay on it.
Don't do it. And make sure you go on Amazon and cop that book. You know, right now it's the what is it? The electronical portion of
the ebook.
The ebook, and later on the paperback is coming. So if you're the type of person that likes it in your hands, like me, but anyway, so bow. But anyway, likes the touch of the book, you naughties. You so got y'all so.
I just said that's another topic for another day.
Y'all so naughty. But yes, that's our Straight for You acknowledgments, and again, hand claps to them. Congratulations, and also again, this style, get on it. And so, in conclusion, I want to also give a Straight for You positive quote. Today's Straight for You positive quote is written by Jim Storm, and it says, "Only give your moments of heaven to the one who's willing to hold your hand and walk with you through your hell."
Ooh.
You heard it? Or do I need to read it again?
I think, you need to read that again. That should hit at the end. Man.
Pay attention, everyone. It says, "Only give your moments of heaven to the one who is willing to hold your hand and walk with you through your hell."
Message.
All the way. You better receive it.
Message.
Receive it. So that's it, boo. You know, this is our first show. Congratulations to us.
Look, congratulations to you, because you was killing this thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you
I'm just trying to do a little something in this world. You know?
From where you were to where you are today. Look, come on now, leaps and bounds. Come on now, leaps and bounds.
Yes, and I appreciate you,
Trouble,
because you are the person that helped me go into this path as far as like being a co-host on your show. You gave me the confidence that I needed in order to be able to create what you currently see, and I just appreciate you. I truly do, and there's more to come and bigger things to happen for us. You'll see, because y'all gonna be there from day one, which is today, until towards whenever, you know.
To infinity and beyond.
Hey, because this is locked in the history books now, baby. It is. So, again, I appreciate everyone for taking their time to just watch our show. And again, you're going to see our progress as it goes, you know, and I hope you are entertained. And hey, thank you for tuning in to Straight for You podcast. Have a great night.